Hello, this is Eduardo from Bricksmaven, and today I want to share with you guys the basic framework built for the CSS version of Bricksmaven. Okay, that was a whole mouthful, but this is a basic framework which I want to share and give away for free to all. This will be for the people of the LTD. If you have a yearly plan, if you're on the free version, you can use this framework. It's just to give you a head start, right? If you are now starting out with Bricks and you want to build your own framework, it can be time consuming. And if you have no idea even what a framework is, it can even take a longer time to set it up. And once you even know how to set one up, it still takes a while to do it, right? Because you need to first create your typography, your spacings, your widths, your colors, etc. And then you need to then add them to your theme styles. It takes a while to set it up. But obviously, once you've done it once, you can just copy it and use it on your other builds, right? But I just wanted to give you guys something that you can use. This is just a head start. And actually in this video, I want to show you just how to install it, how to make edits, and how to apply it to your development. Okay, so I'm going to jump into the builder. I'm just going to go to theme style. I've already imported it, obviously, but once you sign up for the free version, you can just download all the files and then just follow the instructions to import them. So first we go to import, select the file. So these are the theme styles. So we need the theme style global. So add the theme style global, just open it up, boop, click on it, and it should appear on this list, right? So you just click on it and it should be there. So you should see these styles. And once you see this highlighted, you're good to go. You can also look for your typography, right? You can click here. If you see these variables, you're good to go. Obviously, it doesn't work yet because the variable, I don't really have classes that you need to import. Here you can see classes because I just imported this styles panel page, well, where you can see the styles visually. I will go through it soon, but the styles are already here. If you're using our patterns, we may have some places where we've used a custom style. And then when you import it into Bricks, then you can get the notification if you want to accept it. If you accept it, then you have it, right? So that's why I'm not really giving out, like utility classes. I didn't even create any utility class. You can create those, obviously. So we have here our variables. Same thing, import, choose the file, click on variables, open it up, and then you have your variables. You should see there should be 200 variables and 30 categories, if it's correct. Same thing goes for colors. Import your colors here. Just choose the color palette right here and import it, and you should have your colors. Once you've imported the variables, your typography will be set, your spacing will be set, and you have the freedom to go in here and change the values. You can change the base size. You can change, like, obviously I can go here and say it should be 18, right? And it will be changed everywhere, right? Same thing goes for your typography. Same thing goes for your colors. You can even add more colors if you see fit. You can change the name of the variables, which I do not recommend you to change. I'll tell you later why. Obviously, if you have your own way of naming, you can change them, obviously, but it just has to do with the style guide, right? Because the style guide is connected with those variables, right? So like primary. So if you change primary into, God, no, I don't know, brand color one, whatever, some random name, this will not work anymore. You will not be able to see the colors anymore. So that's why I say if you change it, you have to change it here too. But you have the freedom to do that. It's your project. And the last thing that you should do is come here to your style manager and just import. And I have one last JSON file, which is style manager settings. Open that up and you should see this here. And you're good to go. Obviously, if your default mode is dark, you can go in and change it. If you don't like the 62.5% as your font, as your base font size, you can also change it to 100%. It's all however you want to work. So we just save it and then you're ready. So the next thing you should do is copy the JSON code. So I'll send you a, in the files, you also have the JSON code for the style guide. So I've copied it now. I'm just going to paste it in. So once you paste it, you might also see like notifications for components that have been added, right? So you should see these components here. So these components should be added to your build. And basically we just save this, and I'm going to now, one more thing, you might also want to add your brand here for whatever project you're doing, or not. You can remove it and also just leave the Bricks native framework, especially if you're maybe sharing it with the client. And obviously all this text here, yeah, maybe you might want to remove that, but it depends. But if this is just an internal thing that you're using for yourself, no need to bother, right? Okay, so we save it and we just move to the front. Here we go. So we have this set up. So you see your colors are all defined here. I put them in accordion so that it's not like a super long page. And oh, one more thing, in the builder, you might not see, oh wait, one more thing, I still need to sign this. You might not see the colors. By the way, this JS script is for displaying the computed values of the variables. So I'm just going to activate it so that we can see, because now we're not seeing them. It says loading. So once I refresh, I need to save. Okay, so now you see we can see the values. So the same, if it's on typography, we can see the clamp values. What else? Widths, we can see the widths, the values. So everything is just shown visually. In the builder, I had to hide all the elements. So we have all our, see, they're all here, but I've hidden them. Why? Because it's just it's just a hassle to work with. It's, if you enable all of them, I'm using, there's so many divs that the editor will be like lagging, and it's just be very slow. So I just hid them to make it, you know, move, so I can, so at least I can shoot this video and things are not like lagging and stuff. So that's why they're closed, but they are displaying on the front end. So yeah, there we have it. Okay, so with this, you have a you can see your style guide visually, right? You can see your colors, you can see your headings, your body text. Here's a visual font pairing, because you want to also see like how your fonts pair together. So this is a good visual representation of that, right? If you change the font, you can see how your headings pair with your body text, right? Your buttons, etc. So you can see them all here. We have our spacing skills, section spacing skills. I also have contextual spacing, sorry. So those you can also look at. We have our width in percentages and in t-shirt sizes. Radius is available. We also have contextual radiuses, like radius specific for buttons. So if you want all your buttons on your site to have the same radius, you use this variable. We have the same for the images. We have the same for the cards. So we just have one variable for contextual situations. And here you can just see all the different radiuses that you can choose from. You obviously can change the values according to your project. Same goes for the box shadows. You can make those changes. The buttons, all the buttons are represented here. All these buttons are using these variables to display the way that they're being displayed. You can create your own custom variables by using these variables on your own buttons and changing the values, obviously. And then you have your own custom button. All these variables can be found in your theme styles. Oops, here under variables, we have a button right here. You can see them all here, and these are all the different buttons. You can also go ahead, you can create your own button variables. So we have primary, secondary, you can also create tertiary, you can create a custom name, whatever. And you can just add them. What else? I don't think there's much that I have to say. How do you get this? Okay, so I added links on the page. You can download the framework, right? You can grab the framework. So this sends you to the Bricksmaven website and adds the free version automatically to your cart, and you can download it from there. You just purchase it; it's free, so you get it. If you already own a free version, you now have access. You can find it in your account. Just log in and you can find it, and you can download all the files, set this up on your machine real quick, and just start working on your project. If you are interested in getting a license, you can do the same thing too. Those that already have a license, a lifetime or yearly license, you already have all these in your account. Yes, so that was it. I hope that this is something that's valuable to you, something that you can use. Let me know what you think. This is for free. You can customize it, use it any way that you like. One more thing, the free version, the free blocks that I had for the CSS version have all been updated. They all have now they all work with this Bricksnative framework right now, and most of the patterns are I added a fallback, so they're I'll say backwards compatible. So they added a fallback. So what do I mean by that? The variables that I used, I added them in this specific way. So you have your variable, your space m, but it also has a fallback value. So if you did not have the Bricksnative framework installed, the pattern should still display correctly. Yeah, so, but obviously I just encourage installing the Bricksnative framework so that, yeah, everything works the way it should work. There's some more explanation here, just read through it. It's not like super lot to read through. For anytime you need any extra explanation. I plan to like make more videos on using this this framework, and yeah, I'm just thinking if I forgot anything. There's one more thing we might have to, let me see. If we want to build a quick section, right? Just gonna, yes, let's build a simple, every time that if someone wants to do this, build simple cards, right? Let's build a simple card. So I'll just call this card section, right? Just going to show you guys like how you would apply this to your, how you would build something with it, right? So let's just open this up. Let's add a section. This will just be a card test. And I'll just add classes to it. Also add classes to the container. And I'll just use the container as a grid. Just start adding my card to it. So this will be the grid. You know what? I'll just now not do it that way. This will be the grid. This will be the card. So this should be an unordered list. I'll set that to list, and this should be a list. And then let's set up the card. So this is test. This will just be grid. This will be test card. I'll copy this class because I need it, and then I'll just add a heading element, a text element, and a button element. And then I also add like a accent heading, accent. What am I even thinking? I mean, basic text. This will be the accent heading. This will be the text. That will just be the button. So I'll just add the class real quick. Heading. For accent heading, I actually have a class that I use, but it's the BM accent heading. So this one you can just, once you import the blocks, you would automatically get this heading. This accent heading is for all the accent heading that I use with Bricksmaven. So accent heading. So this is set to span, and our text should just be text. This should set to paragraph, and this should be a H, in this case H3. Let's make this, I forgot to add the intro section. Of course, I do not have any blocks here, and this is not connected to any framework. So give me a second, let me just copy I'm going to copy a intro section off screen. A second. Okay, here we are. So this is the intro section. So as you can see, it was asking me to, if I want to accept the heading, right? Okay, we do that. We just plug that in. And now we have our intro section here. We have a grid. And I think I have everything I need. Everything has a class. Yes, perfect, 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 perfect. Okay, now we can start styling. Okay, for once, let's say, first of all, we want our section to have a background, right? So here I'll just search for the variable BG. See, so it's ultra light, so it's dark. And as for a container, I want a container gap, which is made specifically for containers, container gap. So our containers have space now. And now we can go to our grid. So I want our grid to live in a white background. So I'll say BG body. So BG body, you know that is used by a user. You might recognize the BG body. So there you have BG body. If you like, if you wanted like a dark background, obviously, let me just copy this. I could say BG. I have dark, but also have reverse. So reverse is actually black, and BG dark is your base color. Anyways. So here we go. So let's give this some spacing. First of all, obviously we should remove the indent. Here you normally set this to 0 so that because it's an unordered list. But I'm going to add some spacing. So space, maybe L. I think I want this a little bit larger. So I'm just showing you how to apply the variables, right? That's why I'm doing this. So we have a border. If I want to give this a border, I might say I have specific border variables. So this would be a border semi-light, right? So we have a border semi-light, 1 pixel all around, solid. Radius, we have different radiuses to choose from. So for radius, and I could say maybe S, put it all around. And we could also add a box shadow, and few to choose from. I want it S is okay, and this might be a little bit too dark. XS. I can always go in and tweak it because I find this in dark for this, right? Let me see if it's. Let me fix that real quick. So I go to my variables. I then go to box shadow here, and T3. Okay. I think my colors have not been, it's black, so 3 is 22%. Okay, so maybe I should bring it a little bit down. So I go to my shadows, and then we go to, what was I using? If I say 1, let me just see how it looks. So which one am I using? XS. What was it? S. Okay, S. Okay, so I could all change them to a lower transparency, right? So it just looks good. Okay, so we go to our cards now. Obviously, we need spacing again on our cards. A little bit more spacing. And then we need a card gap. So we have a card gap here, so we have spacing between our cards. This is for a card component. There we go. And we have our text, we have our buttons. So normally the button is always set to primary, right? So you see secondary, we can change our colors. Oops, we can change our colors here, light, dark, or we just choose for primary, and then you could make it smaller or larger. Everything here from the controls in Bricks, right? So no utility classes, nothing, just from the Bricks UI panel. Okay, could also make this outline, obviously. So we have a card sitting right here. To make this interesting, I might give this card a just a dark background. I mean, ultra light. And I'm going to add another radius again. So I'm going to go to border, radius, small radius. And then let's set this to our, so go to our grid again and set this to grid. We have our grid gap, which is the contextual spacing for grids. And we have our grid variables, we could say in this case 3, right? So we have 3 cards. And then I just go back to our card and I duplicate this 2 times, sorry. And then we have it. And there you And basically there we have our, our cards built. I could maybe come here and bring this down. So wait, this is a H3. This is a heading. I could say H4. I want this to be a bit smaller and change everywhere. And this I might also bring this down to text S, which might be smaller because it feels like it's all like jumping in my face. So we have our card. I could then say on the mobile landscape, I could also change this to a grid 1, sorry. And then we're good to go. And that's how we then have our full section, which is responsive. Let's check out how it looks on the front end. So all using the Bricks native framework, we can build a very quick pattern with it. You then go on, you could obviously go to your cards and you could save this as a component and then do other tweaks and do other stuff with it. But I just wanted to create something real quick and nice with you. For example, I want to change the border to white. Let's see how that looks like. So I could just come here and say white. I want to see how that looks like. Do we even see anything? Obviously we don't see anything. Maybe light. I didn't really like that dark color. I don't think we might see much with this. No, we're not seeing anything. But anyways, this is what you can do. I'm going to turn this off so that you can see the border. This could be something you make real quick. As you can see, it was I moved pretty fast through it. Obviously, you would have to go through the variables to see whatever variables are present. That's why I said I'm going to make some more videos so that you get acquainted with the variables being used. I want to build also some pages with it, not only doing wireframes, but some real designs with colors, etc., and images, so that you can actually see how you can work with this framework and that is actually easy to use. But that was it for this video. The video was a little bit longer than I had planned it to be. So please, if you are interested in this, go to the website. I'll be posting this obviously in the Bricks group, and you can just go there and download the framework, get it, and start using it. So let me know in the comments what you think, if this is helpful, something that you'll be using, and you guys have a very nice week. Bye-bye.